Junkies, and welcome back. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle the 13th, coming at you again, you guys. And today's going to be my review, brought to you by the letter U. So the Junkie movie reviews, episode U. Rolling this one out, you guys. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, or I think I mentioned it on one of my other videos, I'm going to go ahead and be reviewing Unhinged. But first things first, as always. Alright guys, so this is Unhinged from 1982. This is, I believe, one of the video nasties of the video nasties list, and I gotta say this is one of the ones by far one of the most lacking of the video nasties, but still, it's got its charm. So this was directed by Don, and here we go, I'm gonna go ahead and butcher this, Gronquist, I believe is how you say that. Don Gronquist was the director of this movie. Looking through anything else he's done as a director, producer, or anything else like that, I don't recognize anything or feel like I need to mention anything, but, so that's the director. Not a single recognizable face. I'm pretty sure just about every single one of the stars in this movie, this is either the only movie they've done or they've done very few things, but nothing horror or horror related, and I always try to keep my facts horror related. So to go ahead and, this is probably going to be a pretty quick review. So to get right into the plot of this movie, basically you got three girls, I believe it's Terry, let's see, I'm probably going to forget the rest of their names, because I had it in my head, and now that I press play, I'm not going to remember them. I think it's like Terry, Gloria, I know it's a G one, and then Nancy. I don't think Gloria's it, but those are the three girls. They're going on a road trip. They're going off and going to a music festival. And they're driving through a storm on kind of unrecognizable roads. They kind of think they took a wrong turn. But eventually they get run off the road. Not by anything. They kind of run over like a branch or something like that. And they go into a ditch. Next thing you see is Terry wakes up at this house with this kind of really skinny, skeleton-y kind of lady looking at her, and some kind of creepy guy just sitting there staring at him, just waiting for her to come to. And so that's kind of like the basic beginning of that movie. But to continue on, basically they're kind of stranded at this house. Terry and I believe Nancy are the ones that wake up, but the third one is in critical condition, so she's sleeping it off, trying to make sure that she's okay. So you don't see her for the first half of the movie, I'm going to go ahead and say. But things are starting, they're staying for dinner. They're in a house with the skeleton lady and her mom, and her mom's a real total bitch of Rooney Dooney to this lady, and so you're starting to kind of think that things are a little bit weird. And they're hearing noises of men, even though the mom assures them there's no men around, because the mom is like a she-man, man-hater or something like that, however you want to put that. So kind of going along. Basically, the rest of the plot of the movie is just them noticing that things are weird and trying to get out of there, trying to get their car fixed and get the heck out of there, but it's raining, so they can't really walk anywhere, let alone drive anywhere. These people are trying to keep them there as long as possible. Nancy eventually does go off walking and try to get to town and try to get some help, get to a phone, whatever. And then eventually you get to see the third girl again and see that she is in critical condition, because for a long time I was leading that she was already dead. But Nancy is the first one to go when she's going off and walking off. And not to go ahead and spoil this movie anymore, just this one's kind of hard for me because this one's a big misleading movie. Like, you look at this cover, really blood, original, uncensored version, so I was really expecting this one to be really intense. There's only 3 kills, it takes a very long time to get to them, and the payoff isn't quite there. So all I'm going to do as far as the plot, you guys. Biggest thing is just taking away from this, it's 3 girls go on a road trip, and they're in this house, and they're trying to get out, but, they don't really catch on that it's not right away. So that's the biggest thing about this movie. So to kind of go into my likes and dislikes, you guys, my biggest like for this one is the score. It's a very 80s synth score. So I always liked the synth score, but I always like, music overall. I feel like they did a very good job. It wasn't like, they're going over and beyond, into infinity and beyond to make this music great. But I just found it enjoyable. Suspense. I really felt like this movie had a good feeling of suspense, but it's one of those movies you actually have to pay attention to and like be into to get the suspense. I mean, because like you're really starting to pick up on things as you watch it. So it's one of those ones you kind of got to pay attention to. This is not a beer drinking movie by any means of the word. But I think another thing that carries this movie is the atmosphere. I really enjoy the whole feeling and the aspect and the location of this movie. It's a house right in the middle of the woods, so I mean they're in a big, beautiful, rich person house, and then just surrounded by woods, and then they got like a caretaker that's kind of walking around every now and then. You see that person every now and then. I don't know, it just gives you an overall pretty good feel of what's going on in this movie. My biggest gripe for this movie, as far as my dislikes go, it is slow. If you guys are looking for something instantly entertaining, this is not going to be the one for you. But I feel like it's worth a watch. Maybe not an instant buy. But like I said, this is the most lackluster video nasty I've seen yet. But one thing I want to talk about, it's not a like or dislike, it can kind of go in both, is the twist ending. There is a little bit of a twist ending, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Sleepaway Camp. This one came out before Sleepaway Camp, so I don't know if there's a ripoff, but I mean, definitely I think like Sleepaway Camp was better, but it kind of has the same little feel to it. It's not as revealing or anything, but it's just like, oh, that kind of thing. So, but it definitely has a good feel of that. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this one, you guys. Out of 10, I'm going to go ahead and give this 5 stars, because like I said, it's not great, but I think it's definitely worth a watch. Probably not worth owning. I mean, I'm going to keep it just because every time I get rid of something, I want to watch it again. This was my second time watching this one. The first time, I wasn't into it at all. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more this time. But without saying too much, you guys, that's going to be my review for Unhinged. Hopefully you guys like this review. Like I said, Unhinged 1982. That was my review of Unhinged for the Junkie movie reviews, brought to you by the letter U. Next episode is going to be brought to you by the letter V, so I really need to figure out which movie brought to you by the letter V I'm going to pick. For this one, I only have 2 U movies. It was between this one or Urban Legend, and I just watched Urban Legend, so I decided to watch this one again. So that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle the 13th, signing out just until next time, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little lackluster. I had jury duty today, so I'm a little tired. I'm doing this to keep myself awake. But hopefully you guys will stick with me. I always got something great coming up. So that's going to do it, like I said, signing out just until next time. And you guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I'm a horror lifer. You guys have a killer day.